A Florida resident says surveying the damage from Hurricane Milton, which hit the state as a Category 3 storm on Wednesday evening. A report from Fitch Ratings saying Milton could cause up to $50 billion in insured losses for Sunshine State property owners. Join us right now in an exclusive interview at the table. We're thrilled to have Allstate CEO Tom Wilson. It's nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
I actually, before we get into all of this, I'm curious, when a storm like this is bearing down and you're reading these reports, what are you doing? What do actually people at Allstate do in advance of something like this?
We're getting ready, obviously, and so we have a group. They're kind of like storm chasers. So we have 12 mobile units, or like motorhomes that we've reconverted with like satellite dishes and stuff that drive around. So we pre-position them in front of where we think the damage is going to be. We start emailing our customers and saying, hey, storm's coming, you should get prepared, take your furniture in the house and stuff like that. So right now we have about 5,000 people working on Helene and Milton. Most of those are on Helene because Milton's just still developing. Maybe like 400 or 500 are on Milton. So that'll roll out, and it's like all hands on deck.
Right. And then what about all of the, I mean, I assume there's a surge of phone calls to the extent people can even call in.
Yeah, well, we have, so we obviously staff up the call centers, but we're more proactive than that. Like if we haven't heard from a customer, a couple days after storm, we'll go to their house, we send emails, right. We do advertising and say, hey, if you're an Allstate customer, you should call us. So we're out trying to find our people.
How do you get to them when there's been so much damage to the roads and impossibility to get in? Do you use drones?
Well, it is hard getting to some of them in place. So that you work your way through. We set up mostly in Home Depots. We'll go to Home Depot parking lot, set up thing. We have people come to us. But the interesting thing is sometimes people want to see their houses and they can't get there.
Yeah.
So we use a combination of satellites, fixed-wing aircraft, and drones. So you can come to our insurance place at Home Depot, and then you can see your house, which is kind of, people are like, I just want to see what's there.
It must be pretty emotional.
Yeah, it's very emotional.
Damage for the first time.
We're talking about these storms costing potentially $50 billion. Have you put a number on it for your own firm?
It's too early to tell, no. But in Florida, we have a relatively small market share, and we buy a ton of reinsurance, so it can't cost us a lot of money.
How long have you been smalling it? How long have you, the market share you've been, when did you have a big market share? How long?
We've been getting smaller.
In Florida for
15 years.
Been going down.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, you're pretty good at actuarial stuff, I'm sure, with a lot of experience. Could AI make you even better someday, do you think? Do you use that? Is it being incorporated?
Yes, yeah. I kind of think of AI maybe augmented intelligence. It makes us smarter, because there's a whole range of.
You better be pretty good at actuarial stuff already.
Yeah, but the digitization. So right now we have roof scores on every house in America using satellite imagery. So we can tell if there's 30% of your house is covered by trees versus 0. And if you have trees hanging over your house has greater risk. So we charge you more. So it's the whole digitization of the world has made us
You've got every
smarter.
House mapped, you see?
And you can charge more if somebody's got a trampoline in their backyard that maybe they haven't told you about. You see it, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I mean, the answer
it's fraying here on the edges. We got
well, we have this question. Yeah. And so you can tell how old the roof is. The biggest thing is how old is the roof, because I once had a friend whose hurricane was coming to Connecticut. She said, "I hope it hits my parents' house," and her parents are like 90, and I'm like, is this like a inheritance thing? And she's like, no, their roof is like 25 years old. They need a new roof. If a hurricane comes, they'll get a new roof. So so we age rate roofs. So we're like, if your roof is really old, then you should pay more than if you have a new house and a new roof.
I have a question just about the health of the insurance business.
Yeah.
Broadly speaking, a number of insurance companies now, by the way, are attached to other firms like Apollo or private equity firms, and there's a real sort of connection between private credit on one end and the insurance business on the other. And when you think about if this had been a Category 5 or something much, much worse, there was talk among some that were super anxious about how bad this could be, that this could actually wipe out entire companies. Do you even think about that?
So I think the insurance industry itself is not in bad shape. Got about $300 billion of capital against homeowners. The insurance industry in total doesn't make money on homeowners, so that's why you're seeing people change stuff. But in general, the biggest problem, Andrew, I think, is places like Florida, where the state has the 10th largest homeowners insurance company in the country that's owned by the state that only insures houses in Florida. So it's a giant, it's got 1.3 million.
And you just think the exposure is too great?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if there's a Force 5 hurricane coming through Florida, the federal government's going to be paying for it. Florida's done a bunch of stuff right. They have a reinsurance thing. They've got some, but like there's not enough money to cover a Force 5 hurricane, and so somebody's going to have to pay for those houses.
And so who should pay for that, and what should the fix be?
Well,
is this Florida? You think this is Florida specific, really?
So I think.
Or are there other states like this?
There's California's the same on wildfires and earthquakes. Texas is got, so they all, I think some of it belongs at the state. Like the state should take care of its own stuff at some level. And Florida's done not bad there. What Florida hasn't done well is allow insurers to price for the risk. So therefore we say, I'm not supposed to lose my shareholders' money. I'm supposed to make some money.
Right.
And so we don't sell insurance. Same thing's happened in California. It's not that way in Texas. So Texas has done a better job having private insurers come into the market. But so I think there's some part that needs to be done at the state because there's things like building codes and resiliency and all that stuff needs to happen locally. That said, there are some things bigger than all of us, and the federal government spends a ton of money on this stuff. It's inefficient and ineffective. Like 17 different agencies give out money. There's no rules around it. Some politician wants to get reelected, so they give away water or trailer homes or something like that. So I think the federal government needs to get its act together.